Hello there, and welcome to JCTV Zimbabwe. If you can hear me, please just say hi or just give me thumbs up. I'm trying. Yesterday we had a broadcast, and I was trying to talk to the doctor, Dr. Msafarem Panduki, and apparently the sound was not good. For this broadcast, I'm asking you to just tell me if you can hear me. If you can hear me, please just say yes. The sound is it's perfectly clear. So today, what we are going to be doing is a conversation. We're just having a one-on-one talk as Zimbabweans. Kuti, the fight that has been happening at MDC right now, the fight for the name, the fight for Harvest House, the MPs that are being recalled, and everything. If you can hear me, please just say yes. Yes, yes, if you can hear me. Thank you, Erisha M. Yes. So please share this video with your friends and family. Let us have a conversation. We want to talk about this. It's very, very important for us to have a conversation because I feel like we are being taken hostage by two parties in Zimbabwe. So, and it's very, very unfortunate. We are being taken hostage as a nation because we had MDC Morgan Changrai in the early 2000s. You know, it's defragmenting. It's another fight. It's another fight. And my question is: are they really fighting for the people, or they are fighting for positions? And even if you say you are being infiltrated, my question is: why are you always off guard all the time? Can we trust you with our government? Are you not going to be always fighting in this government? So it's a question of a lot of things that I want us to look at. The first thing that I want us to look at is they are saying that there are guys who are saying they are MDCT, who were given a letter by Douglas Monzora, and they are the 2014 gathering, or they are still going back to 2014 setting. I was supposed to have an interview with Pardon Gambakwe, but he's interviewing Mr. Kalipani Pugen. But I thought let us just have a conversation here. And yes, how are you, Munetsi? Masisimani, hi, how are you? Thank you for joining us. Yeah, so this is the conversation that we want to have, people. The question is, can we trust the MDC to run the government if they cannot put their party together? Are we not going to have a number of factions that are going to be running the show in the government? That is the question. Because the fighting keep on intensifying. If it is not the fighting about the back then, it was Mtambara faction, which was there, and fighting Congress, fighting, and then we had MDCT, then we had MDCA. All of that. The question is, will this fighting stop? Will this fighting stop? Will they, like, I know there are fights in ZANU-PF, there are fights in ANC, there are fights, but they manage to keep their ship together. There is one person who just takes charge, and there is no ANC Zuma, there is no ANC Cyril Ramaphosa, there was no ANC Thabo Mbeki, there was no ANC Jacob Zuma. They still kept the organization intact. Even if they are fighting, they still keep the organization intact. They don't abandon the organization. So the question is, how can we trust? Some people might say that I think one is ZANU-PF, or I'm pro ZANU-PF, but I'm just asking a honest question, Zimbabwe. Honest question. Can we trust MDC to run the nation, to run the councils, to run? Thank you, Josiah Banda. Thank you for that update. Can we trust the MDC to run the nation of Zimbabwe. Yes, I can say to you that ZANU-PF has failed. They've done ABCD, and they failed to tackle corruption. They failed to tackle a number of issues that are of national interest. Yes, I understand that ZANU-PF is causing all those fights to instill fear and try to establish one-party state. Yes, I buy that. But what I'm saying is that why is it that the MDC, they are always caught off guard? Why can't they infiltrate ZANU-PF themselves? Because why can't they let their people go and join the National Youth Service and all of that? And then they have people who are joining in the army so that they can instill, they can infiltrate the system. Yes, we can trust them given the chance. But the question that I have is, why are they fighting? They're fighting for the harvest house, they're fighting for the MDC name. Where is it taking us? Where is it taking us? Seriously, where is it taking us? Where are we going with this fighting day in? Masisman is saying that yes, we can trust them. Wants to be part of the show, I've put in the link on top there. You can give me your thoughts and your comments. That is the link that's on top here. I just put it up on the screen. Yes, there you go. Yeah, it's a question. Like, I am not being dictatorial here. I just want us to have an honest conversation. Because sometimes I just feel like we are going round and round in circles. We are not getting anywhere. As a young person, there was a time when because of my job, I'm not supposed to take any sides, but I can look at the positives on the other side and look at the positives, the negatives on the other side. And I can make a judgment. But my question is, the way how people name call each other in these parties, in this party of MDC, is what worries me. That how are they going to keep their ship together when they are in government? I think in government there is more thirst for power better than when you are outside the government. But the question is, how are they going to hold that ship together when they are now in government? One may say that there was GNU in 2009 to 2013, and we saw some changes. We saw the introduction of the US dollar for two, and all of that. Yes, we give them kudos to that, kudos to MDC, kudos to that and that unit government. But my question is, when will this fight come to an end and people can seriously focus on nation building rather than names of MDC, because I heard people, the struggles always have people who sell out. Yes. Moneti, thank you for that comment. The struggle has always people who will sell out. Yes, yeah, that is another thing. But I'm saying that why don't we? Because I don't think that if we are going to have freedom in Zimbabwe, it's going to come on a silver platter. It's going to come to us whilst we wait. We have to do something. But the issue is, do we have the right people who are going to take us there? I know in the liberation struggles, they had the likes of Zanla, they had Zipra forces, and they were fighting from two fronts, and the goal was achieved from two fronts, but they had a common goal. My question is, do we have a common goal in MDC? Does Douglas Monzora have the same common goal? Does Thokozani Kupe has that same common goal of saying we want to bring change in the lives of Zimbabweans? We want to bring corruption to an end. Because some of the things that I ask myself is that, when these people, the likes of Gideon Gono, the likes of I can't remember the name, but who were represented by the advocates, the likes of Tendai Biti, the likes of Job Scala, they were representing these people when they were facing corruption charges. And then you ask yourself, yes, it's simply work, but where is the integrity? Where is the integrity that tells you that, okay, Monzora is the trouble causer, he's a Zanu imposter. Yes. I don't believe that Monzora has got people at heart, because from all that he has been saying, I don't see anything that is really like from the press conference that he had today. I didn't hear anything that is pro people, because like we've been talking about the conference, the extraordinary Congress, it's all about leadership. It's all about who is going to be in charge, but it's not much about what are we going to do for the people and what have we achieved for the people. Blame them, these guys who are in ZANU-PF, but they have a point. You look at even small things that they are doing. Look at them. They can have something that they can take to the voter. I feel like I'm trying to repeat myself from what I said last time. As long as this elderly ZANU-PF generation is still alive, it remains difficult to have stable opposition parties. Without any doubt, MDC Alliance will take the country forward. Yes. Thank you for those thoughts, Elisha M. Thank you for that thought. I also believe in the MDC Alliance, but my question is, with the way how people are fighting, I'm actually hopeless. Because I don't see the light at the end of the tunnel. How are we going to get over through this one? Because the washing of linen in the public has been too much. Lawyers are professional, can represent any client. Yes, but there are sometimes when you need to draw the line. I'll tell you of a guy who was approached by Donald Trump to be part of his cabinet, and he vehemently refused because of his principles, saying that I cannot be part of this government because you, if anything happens to you, I will be painted as in the bad light as you are, Donald Trump. The same that I feel like, if your client loses a case, I know here it happens here with Advocate Dalim Pofu. He represents cadres from ANC, mainly because he was there when the drafting of the constitution was there. But what I'm trying to say here is that where is the when these people you are fighting, they are fighting corruption, they were saying let's fight corruption in ZANU-PF. ZANU-PF failed to fight corruption, but you are also putting your hand in them, in the people that you are saying they are complicit for fighting corruption. You are also being part and parcel of that by going and representing them. Let them look for someone. Let them look for other professional lawyer who can represent them. But because of your, it's almost like sorry to use this example, whereby if you trusting your wife with their ex, to say, I can give you an opportunity, to go around with my wife, even though you know that this person was your ex, it was your wife's ex who wanted to marry the wife that you are now with, and you trust them. You let them drive a distance of maybe 300 kilometers with your car, but at the end of the day, you say, I don't like that X. For me, that's the situation that I'm looking at. That you are saying we don't want corruption because corruption is killing the country, but you are becoming part and parcel of trying to defend corruption. Because when these people were uh, who would say to lawyers who represent matters, yes, okay, okay, lawyers are professionals who can represent, yes, who would say to lawyers who represent murderers, yes, the lawyers that represent murderers, I can understand that point, but uh, looking at that, uh, uh, this situation is that in the public eye, in the public eye, uh, when one is you are fighting corruption and you go and represent someone who is part of the corruption to say they are not corrupt but they are you exonerate them from the court, from the judge, so that they get probably a lighter sentence or something. But I feel like it is the fact that we have entrusted you to fight corruption for us. We want you to do nothing else but to fight corruption on our behalf and standing out for us to say we don't want corruption in the nation. And you are agreeing on principle that you are not going to be part of the corruption. Because let's not even look at the representation in court, but let's look at the issue of them, the MDC people saying that they lost, they won the 2018 elections, but the MPs are fighting for the cars, they are fighting for the allowances and all of that. But let's look at grassroots level in the places where they are that they have seats. Okay, those want to be part of the show, please join using the link that I've posted now. This link, there's two links. You can either use Facebook or YouTube, either of the two. But the question that I wanted to say is that we want to see change in the communities that they are rolling. I gave an example of Western Cape DA. They've been, showing the people that they can change if given the chance. They came to Pretoria, they showed that they can do changes. They came to Joburg, they showed that they can effect change. That's what I want to see from the MDC, that guys, show us something that we can trust you. But my other issue is, why is it that you guys are fighting so much? How are we sure that we're not going to be fighting throughout the tenure of your reign when you become leaders? That is the question. So uh, tell me what you think in the comment section. I really want to hear your thoughts, everyone. Thank you. Thank you for that. Munetsi Masisimani, everyone that is joining me, please just tell us where you are joining us from, and we can continue this conversation. The conversation is, we want to understand if we can trust that these fights are going to come to an end, and people really focus on development or on change. And then the other thing is that are they not going to be continuously fighting until 2023, and they don't have anything laid down on the ground? Because right now, I talk to people from ZANU-PF, and they are telling me that they are making grounds in making sure that their people have been registered. They are making grounds in making sure that they are okay. Thank you, Munetsi Masisiman. They are making sure that they constantly do meetings in their cell groups, in their party structures. But right now, my question is, are we making inroads in the rural areas? Do you have a strategy for 2023? MDC, do we have a strategy? Do we have a strategy? From my guys in ZANU-PF that I know, that I communicate, that I talk to, they are telling me that they are making inroads, and I can see them. Are we going to have the same with ZANU-PF? Well, obviously, you gotta be planning better than your enemy. 2023 elections won't solve some problems. Yes. But we had the same complacency leading to the 2018 elections because of what happened in 2013. People were unhappy with what happened in 2013 and the likes of Abajokwa and the likes of Nikuv and all of that. My question is, if we want to really want to solve my problems around Zimbabwe, are we going to solve them by what is the best solution for us right now? Because I feel like that vacuum is growing bigger and bigger of not having enough power to push ZANU-PF out of power. That is my thinking. We need a TNA. That is, we need reforms, electoral reforms. But Munetsi, please join me. I really want to ask some of these questions to you. The question is, those reforms can only happen because you see, the issue of democracy is that the one who has got a majority is one that wins. So you see, in this scenario, MDC, as we speak, from the legislators that are in the National Assembly, they cannot enforce those reforms. They cannot. As much as we want to get that pie in the sky, they cannot solve those problems. They cannot institute such. But I felt like if let's look here in South Africa with that EFF. EFF right now, they have made so much inroads, yet they have got few seats. How did they manage that? They did not dwell on the elections. After the elections, they moved on. And this is the advice that Julius Malema gave to Nelson Chamisa, that accept the 2018 elections and start to make inroads, because right now he would have made a lot of ground in terms of convincing the other cadres in ZANU-PF that what his plan is good, and he would have fished out some of the people that would come join him who are still young, the likes of Ana AC Lumumba, the likes of even Louis Matutu, the likes of Gottfried Senengam. These are guys who are still very young, who look, when they look at Nelson Chamisa, they are inspired. Or when they look at the MDC, they see an alternative. But the people, this kind of people, they really need you need magnanimity, so to say, because as much as you would want ZANU-PF to accept that they won they lost the 2018 elections, if it was now MDC that was ruling, even though they didn't have as many seats, it was going to, ZANU-PF was still going to make it difficult. They were going to need a gesture as well onto this government if Nelson Chamisa was declared the president in 2018, right? If Nelson Chamisa was declared president in 2018, ZANU-PF would still make it difficult for Nelson Chamisa to rule, in the sense that they would also need a gesture like what Nelson Chamisa is doing. But what I feel like, I wish I had wise words by former young leader Podzo, but Onzora and program after the position. Yes. Because you see, okay, let me put it up there. You see, what I really feel is like positions are now in the heads of these people. It's no longer about what are the people going to, what are we going to have as the people? What are we going to get as the nation of Zimbabwe at the end of the day? We need to involve the army as well, and we need a TNA. That was from Netsima Assessment. We need electoral reforms. Right. So thank you so much to everyone that is joining us. The problem in Zim is corruption. Yes, corruption. There was. I wish I would have had Dr. Msafari, and you know what he was saying to us? He was saying that how can you compare MDC with DA in the Western Cape? In actual fact, that DA is falling apart. It's not true that the DA is a successful run for Black lives remain an issue there. Yes, that one I can agree with you, Dominic Jumo, that the DA. But what I'm trying to say is that DA, they have something that they can sell to the voters. Do you get what I'm saying? They have something that they can sell to the voters after a certain term. They can have something that they can tell to the voters that, we managed to achieve A, B, C, D. Do you understand? Even if it is pushing the boundary, I mean the gap from the small from the poor and in the middle class and the higher class. The gap is widening in Western Cape. That I can agree with you. It's really bad for the black people in the Western Cape. It's not good. And corruption, ZANU-PF is very corrupt. It's very corrupt. That's what he wanted to say. But let us have a conversation. I want to put the link again. If you want to be part of this conversation, let's talk. This is kind of like this is a conversation that we want to have. I don't want to turn this into a monologue. Please, if you want to be part of this conversation, I don't just want your comments. I also want to hear your contribution. So follow this link that I've put in. You cannot keep accepting rigging forever. Nelson Chamisa is right to stand the position to say no. No, not this time. We won't accept your rigging. Yeah. I thank you for this is what Jackson is saying. You cannot keep accepting rigging forever. Nelson Chamisa is right to stand the position to say no, not this time. We won't accept rigging. All right. Okay, I hear you there. There is another point here that I've missed here. The problem in Zim is corruption, right? Let's see. Yes. Let's keep on. I would really want to have another conversation on this one. But as I was saying that, I was talking to Dr. Msafari Mpanduki, and I was saying that maybe this is an African problem, that our legislature or our system, our laws are being governed by the Roman law. We're using the Roman law. That's why people, the lawyers who are in Southern Africa, they apply the Roman law. That's why you could see advocate Jeff Bezos could go and represent Morgan Tsvangirai in Zimbabwe, and the likes of Advocate Nkai Toby and Dalim Pofu, they went to Zimbabwe to contest the 2018 election results. So we have a problem. A problem that we have is that when people commit corruption, I think this is a known thing in people who commit corruption, is that there is no one in Southern Africa who has been, or maybe in Africa in particular, who has been, with their assets seized and the money has been put back into the society whenever when they are corrupt. Look at what happened to the likes of Kumbirai Kangai in the time of GMB. That money that was stolen. What happened to that money? the likes of the former Minister of Finance, I think it must be Chris Kruneri, and the likes of ENG brothers, the Wachkoka brothers. Jackson, indeed, you are right. The regime is illegitimate and must be emphasized in bold capital letters. I think MDC has done well under the circumstances, not easy to deal with ZANU-PF. Yes, I'm saying the question that I have is that the fighting that we are seeing every day, whereby this one is now on Thokozani Kupe, the fighting that we have seen so far, like let's look at the fighting from 2000 and maybe 4 up to now. That is, we have seen, and the formations of the MDC that have, erupted here and there. The Mtambara, the Washerman Nube, the MDC 99, and everything that we've been seeing. My question is that, is it only all about ZANU-PF, or it's sometimes because of people, they want positions more than they want to save the people of Zimbabwe? That is the question. Is are these not telltale signs of a need for us to have probably a new blood of leadership, or a new blood of an opposition? That's what I feel. Like something that can rejuvenate our people. But anyway, I'm trying to have someone to join in the conversation by way of following the link. You follow the link, I can add you and you be part of the conversation. I really want us to talk, but I've been talking for the past 30 minutes now, and I think we have emphasized a lot of things, of issues, and it's a robust conversation we need to continue talking about. The problem is in Zimbabwe is the army. That one I agree with you totally, 100%, and that's why I said I felt the need that MDC must make inroads into infiltration of ZANU-PF. They should infiltrate ZANU-PF in a way that I know ZANU-PF, they are very crafty and very wise and all of that. But my question is, why don't you put your people that work inside? I think I just want to point out this to you, that you remember in 2018 when this issue of V11s came through, there was a guy who came out with a voice note that was circulated on social media. I think even the likes of Edmund Kudzai circulated that audio, who said that they went and they were taught how to make sure that they rig elections, and he was saying, you as a MDC a polling agent, you are supposed to do this and this and this to make sure that that doesn't happen. Such infiltration is what we want. What you want in MDC, that if you want to really topple ZANU-PF, you need to put your army or your soldiers inside ZANU-PF in order to infiltrate. They give you information, whatever they're planning, you are always steps ahead, so that you don't get caught off guard by ZANU-PF. That's what I feel like. MDC must have come up with that strategy to say, let's infiltrate the people of ZANU-PF in order to outsmart them. But anyway, I have to go now. If you have any questions that you want to ask me, please send them through. If you have any questions, if you want to ask anything, thank you. This is from Dominic Jumo, Mnetima Sisimani, right? They have infiltrated politics, ZANU-PF. Yes, that's what he's saying. Yes, this has been the conversation that we're having. Kuti, the fight that we are seeing each and every day. Is it healthy? Where is it taking us? Are we going to see a united MDC in the near future? And this infiltration, why can't we close those leaks? How can MDC close those leaks? All needed now is to find a way for these two parties to sit around, iron out their difference. Just imagine MDC fighting while MDC while busy, ZANU is busy looting. Yes, exactly my point. That's what I wanted to. I think if MDC infiltrates the army, they'll be creating another monster. But look, as you say, like the challenge that you have also is that ZANU PF is army is the panacea of. I mean, they are the ones that enforce they are the ZANU PF enforcer. They enforce everything. They say we are the liberation movement and all that. But what you're seeing is many of those people who are war liberation heroes, they are dying, most of them, and age is catching up with them. We now have a few. That's why I was saying that if we had people who had a strategy to infiltrate ZANU PF, then these people were going to really be a change for Zimbabwe, because the reason why Juju right here in South Africa, he is so powerful, is a bigger threat to ANC, is that he has his people that are inside ANC that support him. So many people that are in ANC that support him. And that's why he can, when ANC is planning something, they already know he has got so much information about what is happening in the ANC. And you look at the achievements that they've made. They've managed to convince the ANC to put the expropriation of land without compensation, because they know their plans. Because the way how Juju is doing is that the plans that ANC had, or the things that the people wanted to hear when they were doing their manifesto, these are the things that they come and tell the people, and they say, we are going to implement this. We want to achieve ABCD. And when they come to the people, they have that manifesto to say we can achieve 1, 2, 3. The expropriation of land was one of the biggest things. Look at the recent one, the one for clicks. How they managed to turn the country against clicks. That's how smart they are. They look at the things that people want to hear, and they go and they tell them that, and they say, please support us. So you need such kind of a strategy whereby you can infiltrate your enemy and be able to come out with strategies that can neutralize your enemy. And that's what ZANU-PF has been doing all along. And they've been doing this successfully. And to say that there is nothing that we can do, it's a sign of failure. And to keep on complaining, I don't think it's going to help us. What we need is a better strategy and a better plan and a better outcome. That is what I feel. Anyway, I have to end this broadcast before we reach 40 minutes. But thank you so much for everyone who have been joining us. I really want to thank Munetsi Masisimani, Elisha M, Josiah Sibanda, and who else was also participating? Dominic Jumo, thank you for being part of this conversation. Thank you for your contribution. I really appreciate everyone who was participating. I really want us to have this robust conversation in all our social media platforms, so that we can find a way or find each other. Because this narrative that I always find, that whenever you talk like you're on the side of MDC, you are regarded as an MDC. When you talk like you're on the side of ZANU-PF, you are regarded as a ZANU-PF, or you talk. It's toxic. We cannot have a middle ground. People where people will say, we are. I'm not MDC. I'm not ZANU-PF. But I can see positives there. I can see positives there. I can see positives there. I can see positive. We are not having that kind of people. We've created such polarity in our society. But anyway, I don't want to keep on talking. Thank you so much for watching, everyone who has been joining and everyone who has been contributing. This is really an interesting conversation. Let's continue this on Twitter, on Facebook, on Instagram. This has been your boy reminding you that rise up, Africa. The world is waiting for you. I'll see you next time. Thank you for watching. It's good night for now.